The rooftop bar was packed with marketing executives in expensive suits, all gathered to celebrate my sister Hannah's promotion to VP of Marketing at TechVision Media. String lights twinkled overhead, champagne flowed freely, and Hannah held court in the center of it all, radiant in her success. I stood near the bar, nursing a club soda and trying to blend into the background. Mom had insisted I come. "Support your sister," she'd said. "Show some family solidarity." Hannah clinked her glass and the crowd quieted. "Thank you all for coming. This promotion means everything to me. 5 years of grinding, networking, proving myself. It finally paid off. VP at 34. Not bad, right?" Applause and cheers erupted. Her boss, Martin Chin, raised his glass. "Hannah's the best thing that's happened to TechVision's marketing department. Her campaign strategies increased our client retention by 47%. She's the future of this company." More applause. Hannah beamed, soaking it in. "Now, some of you know my sister Alex is here," Hannah continued, gesturing vaguely in my direction. "Alex couldn't make it in corporate life. She just sits at home on her laptop all day. But hey, different strokes for different folks, right?" Awkward laughter rippled through the crowd. Several people glanced at me with poorly concealed pity. "What does your sister do?" one of Hannah's colleagues asked loudly. "Honestly, we're not really sure," Hannah said with a laugh. "Something with tech. Freelance coding or website stuff. Mom worries about her constantly. No real job, no benefits, no career trajectory. But Alex seems content with her lifestyle. As if my life was an extended vacation rather than the culmination of 9 years of 18-hour days. I checked my phone discreetly. My CFO had texted, "Acquisition papers filed with E. Goes public tomorrow 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Media embargo lifts simultaneously. Congratulations, boss." I texted back, "Perfect." Hannah's boss approached me, clearly fulfilling a social obligation. "Alex, right? Hannah mentioned you work in tech. What company?" "I run a SaaS platform," I said simply. "B2B marketing automation and analytics." "Oh, nice. Small startup?" TechVision actually uses several marketing platforms. Always interesting to hear about new players in the space. "Something like that," I said. He nodded politely and drifted away. Hannah swooped in immediately, her smile tight. "Alex, try to mingle," she hissed. "You're standing here like a wallflower. These are important people, executives, directors. You could learn something about real business." "I'm fine observing," I said. "That's your problem. You're always observing, never participating. This is why you can't hold down a real job." She softened slightly. "Look, Martin mentioned TechVision might have an opening in IT support. Entry level, but it's something. Real salary, real benefits. Want me to put in a word?" "I'm good, thanks." "Alex, you're 36. You can't freelance forever. At some point you need stability." She glanced at her colleagues. "It's embarrassing, honestly. Everyone asks what you do and I have to say you're figuring things out." Mom appeared with Dad in tow. "Girls, let me get a photo." Hannah's big promotion. We posed stiffly. Hannah's arm around my shoulder felt more like a claim of superiority than sisterly affection. "I'm so proud of you, Hannah," Mom gushed. "VP at such a young age. And at such a prestigious company. TechVision Media is a leader in their field." "Thanks, Mom. 5 years of hard work finally recognized." Dad looked at me. "Maybe Hannah can give you some career advice, Alex. She's clearly figured out how to succeed in the corporate world." "I don't need career advice," I said quietly. "Everyone needs advice," Dad insisted. "Pride is why you're stuck. Hannah's willing to help, let her." Hannah's colleague Jessica joined us. "Hannah, congratulations again. Martin says you're being considered for SVP next year. This is just the beginning." "That's the plan," Hannah said confidently. "I've got a 5-year roadmap. SVP by 37, C-suite by 40. That's what happens when you commit to a real career path." The implication was clear. Unlike some people. "What's your company's revenue?" I asked Hannah casually. She blinked. "TechVision? Last I heard, around $180 million annually." "Why?" "Just curious about the scope of your VP role." "It's a significant position," she said defensively. "I manage a team of 43 people across 3 departments. My budget is $12 million. That's real responsibility, Alex. Real decision-making power. Sounds impressive, I said genuinely. Martin rejoined the group. Hannah, we need you for photos with the executive team. Alex, pleasure meeting you. Good luck with your tech thing. I watched them gather for photos. Hannah surrounded by executives, all celebrating her success. My parents beamed with pride. This was their daughter, the successful one. The one who'd done everything right. My phone buzzed. My head of communications. Forbes just confirmed. You're number 47 on their list. Article drops tomorrow morning with acquisition announcement. PR blitz ready to launch. I checked my watch. 8:47 p.m. 13 hours until everything changed. Hannah returned, flushed with champagne and attention. Did you see that? The entire executive team wanted photos with me. That's influence, Alex. That's what it looks like when people respect your work. I'm happy for you, I said. You should be taking notes. This is what success looks like. Recognition, advancement, respect. Not hiding in your apartment pretending to run a business. I'm not pretending. Alex, come on. We all know you're struggling. Mom told me you're still in that tiny studio apartment, still driving that old Civic. Meanwhile, I just bought a condo in Marina District. That's the difference between having a real career and whatever you're doing. The tiny studio was a converted loft I owned outright for $1.2 million. The old Civic was a 2018 model I'd bought with cash because I didn't care about cars. But I'd learned long ago that explaining this to my family was pointless. TechVision is going places, Hannah continued. We're expanding into AI-driven marketing analytics. Martin says it's the future. We're partnering with major tech companies to integrate their platforms. It's exciting stuff. Which platforms? I asked. Oh, you wouldn't know them. Enterprise-level stuff. One's called Prism Analytics. They're revolutionizing marketing automation. We're their biggest client. My stomach tightened. Prism Analytics. My company. The one I'd founded 9 years ago in that tiny studio apartment. Sounds impressive, I managed. It is. Martin says this partnership could double our efficiency. Prism's technology is apparently game-changing. She lowered her voice. Between you and me, I heard rumors that a major tech company is acquiring Prism. If true, our partnership becomes even more valuable. Who's acquiring them? I asked carefully. Not sure. Some big player. The announcement drops tomorrow. She checked her phone. Oh, Martin's calling me over. More executive networking. Try to enjoy yourself, Alex. Even if you don't have career success, you can still have fun. She glided away, leaving me standing alone with my club soda and my secret. Dad approached. Alex, I want to talk to you seriously. Look at your sister, she's thriving. She took the traditional path, worked her way up, and now she's reaping rewards. You need to stop this freelance nonsense and get a real job. I have a job, I said. No, you have a hobby that occasionally pays. That's not the same thing. Hannah has a career with trajectory. You have uncertainty. He put his hand on my shoulder. It's not too late. You're smart. With Hannah's help, you could get an entry-level position somewhere. Start building something real. I've already built something real. He sighed. Alex, this delusion has gone on long enough. 9 years of running a company that none of us have ever seen. No office, no employees we've met, no tangible proof of success. It's time to face reality. I pulled out my phone and opened my email. Want to see proof? Not another website or app screenshot. I want to see real proof, pay stubs, office lease, employee roster. I pulled up the SEC filing, scheduled to go public tomorrow. How about this? He squinted at the screen. What am I looking at? Acquisition documents. Filed today with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Summit Technologies acquired Prism Analytics for $3.2 billion. Cash and stock. That's nice, he said dismissively. But what does that have to do with? I'm the founder and CEO of Prism Analytics, I said quietly. I own 68% of the company. That acquisition values my personal stake at approximately $2.2 billion. He stared at me. That's not funny, Alex. I'm not joking. I scrolled down to the founder information. Alexandra Chin, founder and CEO. That's me, Dad. His face went pale. This is real? This is filed with the government. Goes public tomorrow at 9 a.m. Along with my Forbes profile. They ranked me 47th on their billionaires list. Forbes, he repeated faintly. Billionaires list. Hannah's voice carried across the rooftop. The best part about the Prism partnership is we're their biggest client. We basically get priority access to all their new features. I looked at Dad. About that. Hannah's company, TechVision Media, they are indeed Prism's biggest client. Or they were until yesterday. Were. Dad's voice shook. Summit Technologies is restructuring Prism's client relationships. They're consolidating and focusing on Fortune 100 accounts. TechVision doesn't meet the new client threshold. You're saying TechVision's partnership with Prism ends in 60 days. It's in the acquisition terms. Their access terminates and they'll need to find alternative marketing automation platforms. Dad's hand trembled. But Hannah said that partnership was the future of TechVision's marketing strategy. It was. Now they'll need a new strategy. Does Hannah know? Summit's legal team sent the notification to TechVision's CEO this afternoon. He'll inform his executives tomorrow morning. I paused. Right around the time the acquisition announcement goes public. Dad stared at me like I'd grown a second head. You're telling me that you, my daughter who we thought was unemployed, you founded a multi-billion-dollar company that just got acquired, and that acquisition is going to devastate your sister's company? I didn't devastate anything. Summit made business decisions about client profitability and strategic fit. TechVision fell below the threshold. But you knew. You knew tonight while Hannah was celebrating. I knew yesterday when the papers were signed. I came tonight because Mom insisted on family solidarity. Hannah appeared suddenly, her face flushed. Alex, Dad, come take a group photo. Martin wants shots with family to show how TechVision values work-life balance. She grabbed my arm, pulling me toward the executive group. The photographer positioned us, Hannah in the center, surrounded by her success, with me standing awkwardly at the edge. Everyone say, promotion, the photographer called. The flash went off, capturing Hannah's triumphant smile and my tight-lipped expression. Tomorrow she'd realize that photo was taken on the last night she could claim success over me. We returned to the bar. Hannah was immediately pulled into another conversation with executives. I checked my watch. 9:23 p.m. Less than 12 hours. Mom approached, concern etched on her face. Alex, honey, I know tonight must be hard. Watching your sister succeed while you're still struggling. But your time will come. Just keep trying. Mom. Don't give up. Hannah didn't get here overnight. She worked hard, paid her dues, climbed the ladder. You can do the same if you stop this freelance nonsense and commit to a real job. I have a real job. You have a computer and hope, Mom said sadly. That's not the same thing. Look at Hannah. That's what real success looks like. Recognition, respect, financial security. That's what we want for you too. My phone buzzed. My lawyer. All documents filed and verified. Congratulations on the exit. Summit's press team is ready to launch at 9 a.m. sharp. You've built something extraordinary. Hannah's voice rose above the crowd noise. I just want to thank everyone here tonight. TechVision is family, and with our amazing partnerships, especially with Prism Analytics, we're unstoppable. Here's to the future. Cheers erupted. Glasses clinked. Hannah glowed with confidence. I slipped away from the party quietly, texting my assistant. Prepare for tomorrow. Full media schedule. And have my lawyer ready. There will be questions about the TechVision contract termination. As I walked to my car, my phone rang. Martin Chin, TechVision CEO. Alex Chin. His voice was tight. I just received the most confusing email from Summit Technologies' legal department. It references an acquisition and contract terminations and it says to contact you directly with questions. The acquisition closes tomorrow, I said calmly. Summit Technologies purchased Prism Analytics. They're restructuring client relationships. TechVision's contract terminates in 60 days per the Partnership Agreement Clause 7.3. Silence. Then, wait. You're the founder of Prism. Yes. But Hannah said you were. She said you were unemployed. That you did freelance coding. Hannah doesn't know what I do. She never asked. This can't be right. Prism Analytics is a multi-billion-dollar company. You're telling me you've been running it while your sister thought you were unemployed. That's correct. The termination, is there any way to negotiate? Prism is central to our entire marketing infrastructure. Without it, we're back to manual processes. We'll lose months of productivity. Summit's client criteria are firm. You can explore other marketing automation platforms. Other platforms are years behind Prism's capabilities. His voice cracked. This will destroy us. Our competitive advantage disappears overnight. Then you'll need to rebuild it, I said simply. That's business. I ended the call and drove home, leaving Hannah's party behind. The next morning at 9 a.m., the news broke simultaneously across every major outlet. Summit Technologies acquires Prism Analytics for $3.2 billion. Founder Alexandra Chen, 36, becomes one of youngest female billionaires in tech. My phone exploded. Texts, calls, emails. But I ignored them all and watched the news coverage from my apartment. Chen founded Prism Analytics 9 years ago, the CNBC anchor said. The company changed B2B marketing forever and now serves 847 major clients. Chen's 68% ownership makes her worth $2.2 billion, ranking 47th on Forbes' billionaire list. My photo flashed on the screen, the one from last month's tech summit. Chen has kept a low profile, the anchor continued. Despite leading a multi-billion-dollar company, she rarely gives interviews. Today's acquisition puts her in the spotlight as one of tech's top female founders. My phone rang. Hannah. I ignored it. Then Mom. Then Dad. Then Hannah again. I let them all go to voicemail. Text after text appeared. Hannah. Alex, answer your phone now. Mom, is this real? The news about Prism? Dad, we need to talk immediately. Hannah. Martin just fired me. Because of your company. What did you do? That last one froze me. Hannah. Fired. My phone rang again. I answered. You destroyed me, she cried. Martin fired me. He said I hid a conflict of interest, that my sister owns our main tech partner. But I didn't even know. How could I? You let everyone think you were unemployed. Hannah. TechVision's losing Prism access. Our whole marketing plan is dead. Martin blamed me. I lost my VP job, Alex. Everything. You didn't lose everything, I said. You lost a job. That job was everything. My career. My identity. 5 years gone because you couldn't tell your own family you ran a billion-dollar company. I tried, I said softly. 9 years ago when I said I was starting a company, you called it a waste of time. 7 years ago I invited you to our Series B party. You skipped it. 5 years ago I mentioned enterprise clients. You changed the subject. You never said it was Prism. You never said it was huge. You never asked, I said. You decided I was a failure and stopped listening. I'm ruined, she said. No company will hire me now. Fired for hiding a conflict. You could have warned me. Last night at my party, you knew and you said nothing. Would you have believed me? I asked. If I'd told you I owned Prism, would you have listened? Or laughed like always? Silence. You let me celebrate, she whispered. You let me brag knowing I'd lose everything in the morning. I let you have one last night feeling superior, I said. One last night of being the successful sister. I gave you that. You call this a gift? She said bitterly. You spent 9 years pitying me, dismissing me, using my supposed failure to boost yourself. So yes, I gave you that final night before the truth caught up. I'm your sister, she sobbed. You were supposed to protect me. I'm your sister, I said quietly. You were supposed to believe in me. Then I hung up.